Well, we just had lunch. Again, we're down here in Medicine Park. It's down by the Wichita Mountains down in southwestern Oklahoma. We're fixing to go across to water crossing, which is kind of cool. Actually, it's not a water crossing, is it, Joe? It's just a little bridge. Yeah, an old wooden bridge, which is kind of cool. As you can see, we got Mad Check Outdoors in front of us. And we got Steve in front of me. Look at this old bridge. Ain't that awesome? Again, this Medicine Park. A lot of these cabins that you're seeing here are actually rental properties where you can come down here and rent them like a bed and breakfast, and then some of these are actually for sale. If you see that one there's for sale. Then you got nice cacti, little fire pits here and there. This would just be a beautiful place to retire. Be on the warm side, but it is pretty. We brought our fishing poles with us today. If we get time, we'll try to do a little bit of fishing. If we don't end up fishing today, me and Joe and Steve were talking about it during lunch. Probably the next Tuesday that we go ride, we're going to go have a fishing competition. Everybody's been bragging on their bass fishing poles that they got. And you guys know I'm a fan of Johnny, so I've got quite a few rod and reels that Johnny's made. If you guys aren't familiar with who Johnny is, he's the guy that built Bass Pro. Started out as a store in his garage, and it's pretty much the industry fishing anymore. So anyhow, that ought to be a lot of fun. We'll actually end up doing probably a fishing contest the next time we head out. We'll all get our rods and reels out and just do a fishing competition. May the best bass win. This is State Highway 49. Man, I don't know if you guys could hear all that rattling and whatnot, but that was actually my helmet. I'll hold my hand on it. I don't have duct tape because I don't have my EDC with me today. But as you can see over here to our right, that is Mount Scott. It's the world's tallest mountain here in the state of Oklahoma. This is also a refuge for the buffalo and what are they called, Joe? Elk? Oh yeah, the elk. It's a refuge for elk and deer and buffalo. I've also got WR branded longhorns out here on this ranch. That cattle crossing we just went over, if you look here at the sign, it says alcohol beverages prohibited. So I guess that means you can't have liquor out here. It's free. Okay, well I always get those deals confused. My vocabulary is not the broadest. So alcohol is free out here. And if you see, there's a daytime and a nighttime speed limit. They do that for the people that can't see very well at night. Evidently down here in southwestern Oklahoma, there's quite a few folks that just have really terrible night vision. So they make the speed limit 10 miles an hour slower than they do during the day. If you see this mountain to our right, that's where we're going to go up. We're going to catch us a rattlesnake and maybe do some fishing. So let's go ride. And here we go. We're climbing up the big old climb of Mount Scott. You guys buckle up and get ready for the ride. I believe this is 10,000 feet in elevation in less than 3 miles. I have to double check them numbers when I get back. But it's something like that. 3,000 or 4,000 feet elevation. 9,000 feet, something like that. Again, I don't know if you just seen that in the road. It looked like bobcat scat. Quite a few bobcats and mountain lions live up here. Sometimes at night you can look up here and they'll be laying up here on these big old rocks counting sheep. Now then, if you remember that restaurant that we left a little while ago, if you guys can see over here to the right, there's a couple of these ponds and whatnot. They're actually lakes, but they look like ponds because we're so far up here now. But yeah, that's where we went and ate lunch a little while ago. So we're not too far from there, and I'll fast forward this video so you guys can see how steep and curvy and treacherous this is. It's going to take us probably 4 hours to get to the top, maybe 5. But I'll put this in fast forward. Got Steve behind us today. He's actually wearing a GoPro, so it's kind of fun. He's going to help do some videos. How awesome is that? Got a guy out here exercising. As you can see, he's very happy. You see how he waved back, real friendly smile. Now guys, if you've never been on a steep, treacherous road like this before, I urge you to get some motorcycle training. Treacherous road training. Ooh, my ears are popping. Joe, can you hear me? My ears are popping. Joe, can you hear my ears popping? Look over there, fellas and ladies. Look at that nice, pretty creek. I believe that's Lake Ellsworth down there. We'll double check that on the map later. But right now we got, oh, it's Latonka. You're exactly right. Latonka Lake. Man, I'm glad that we brought Joe with us. He's a lot better at this stuff than I am. You guys know I'm heck with names. If you guys get sick with altitude sickness, a lot of times what they tell you, if you'll just slow down, take a couple of deep breaths, that helps a lot of times when you get up into these higher altitudes. You guys with carbureted motors, think about this before you head up here. This is something that you want to think about, running carbureted. That's one of the great things about the Africa Twin. It's fuel injected. Alright guys, I'll put this back in normal speed mode. We're getting up here close to the top. As you can see, we're really close to the top here. If you guys can hear all that extra rattling, that's my helmet. One of my screws fell out. That's pretty handy. You get about 3 hours away from the house, screw falls out of your visor. And there's Lake Latonka. Joe is our guide down here today. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, might go over there and check him out. He's got a lot of knowledge about hunting in this part of the state, all over the state. He's like a expert with firearms. Well, now that you mention it, I think Steve is too. But this is the top, fellas. This is what you've been looking for. I said, man, oh man. All right, we're gonna get off the bike. We're gonna walk around and look a little bit. Just enjoy the beauty here, guys. Joe's already got his helmet off. If you can hear all that deep breathing, that's actually Steve. As always, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. If you know anybody that'd be interested in watching a video to Mount Scott, please share this video with them. Again, as always, may you have a blessed week. If you guys don't know already, a lot of times we'll add some bonus content to the end of our video after the credits have rolled, and this one is no different. Enjoy the rest of the video, guys. We're at Medicine Park. Kind of bring you down here and show you some of the sights. It's kind of cool. A little bridge and whatnot. Another bridge over there. And look at this waterfall. It's a pretty waterfall.